Two Sheds, Gabby here. I think I'm going to get started on a box of pennies today. Oh, been a lot of discussion going on the last few days about getting rid of the penny and even the possibility of nickels. One person wrote to me and said that they even heard that they're talking about getting rid of coinage and just rounding up and down the dollar. And in fact, there are locations now, stores that are asking people to round up and down the dollar. I'd be willing to round down if they want me to, but I'm not ready to round up. But anyway, we got this box here, and we're going to tear into it and see if we can find, some wheat pennies and maybe 3 more pounds of copper I can put away. I talked about saving 100 boxes of sealed pennies this year in case they do get rid of the penny. I got my first 2 boxes put away. Discussed where it takes a lot of room. So right now we have a spare bedroom, and we're going to put as many as we can under the bed. And after that's full, then we'll just figure out the next location. Well, the second row, I got a 2009, not great condition, a super nice 1982. I mean, it's copper. It's a nice one. Yeah, wow. I'll put that one away. And 74S. I've said in the last box I'm gonna start keeping my S coins. I'm just gonna. Why not? I can always throw them back together if I want to, but I'll just roll them up as I get rolls of them. I come to the end of the fifth row. Hey, I found my first wheat penny here, and it is the 1944 San Francisco. That's cool. Pretty nifty. Would you be interested in knowing how many they made? Ooh, a lot, 280 million. That's a bunch. I'm just back from another plate of my wife's good lasagna. And in this row, I find a wheat penny number 2. Oh, 48 San Francisco. Well, how cool is that? Well, that's neat. Pretty nifty. This area that I moved to, it's when we bought our first house back after 82. Oh, where's my little jar? I can't find it. I'll have to find it in a minute. We bought a house, and there was a little lady a couple doors down from us that we spoke to her, a few times. Real sweet little lady. So from that point on, she called us every day when the mail showed up. The mail's here. It's like, thank you. It's kind of like that in this neighborhood. I've got family around because my grandfather built several of the houses on this street. And the people that live across the street from us, they lived there when I was a little kid, when I lived next door. And there's the mother, and the daughter is retired, who is a couple years older than me. And she calls, and says, somebody dropped the package off on your front door or something. So we feel pretty secure around here, and but nobody snoops around. We've got cameras, and we would know if anybody was walking around our yard or anything, because no matter where we are, we get a message. Sometimes we'll see a squirrel walk in front of the camera or something. 12th row now, and here is my first Canadian copper penny, and it is a 1976. I have also found a 69S and a 1972 that's in super nice condition, and 2 more 2009s. I was just thinking that first house where the lady called us to tell us our mail was here, that was a dozen years before we got our first cell phone. And the lady that calls us here and tells us there's a package on the step, I don't mind. I'm not so uptight that bothers me. That looks like an 82. And I found my jar. Nope, I don't mind if she wants to call and tell me there's a package on the doorstep. The next row, and I just found wheat penny number 3. Looks like it's kind of pitted or something. $1942. Well, so far all 3 of them have been from the 40s. Just Was just talking with someone from Canada, or maybe they said they were in Canada, or whatever. They went through the whole getting rid of the penny thing, and they said it's a little weird at first, but said, you know, you get used to it. And I am sure they're absolutely true. 83, let's weigh that guy. It's zinc. Look at that, another wheat penny. I hope that there's an 82. Oops, sorry about that. I hope they keep coming like this. That's pretty cool. 44, is that a D? Yeah, 44D. Look at that. All four of them from the 40s. Very nice. You guys remember that 82? That commercial, the Russian clothing. Evening wear. And she came out with a flashlight. And then they go, swimwear. And it's the same clothing, same outfit.
Minutes later.
But she comes out with a beach ball. I don't even remember what they were selling. I love that commercial. Evening wear. We just got a delivery package, and she parked all the way out at the end out there. I don't know why she didn't come up to the front of the driveway. Roll number 21. Here's a 1958D for wheat penny numero 5. 58D. Cool. I tried to motion to that delivery lady that our driveway, we've got the main road out front there and then a little side road beside us. And our driveway goes around, and it makes it way easier to get out because the main road out there, it can be kind of busy sometimes. And it's hard to back out of. And I kept trying to get her attention to go, just go around. She never would look up at me, and so she backed out after a while. Certainly her prerogative. When I get a chance, when people come up, I tell them, it's like, you can just go around. It makes it way easier. Here's another 2009. This is like my fourth one, I think. And another 83 that we will weigh that I'm sure is zinc. Yes, sir, Bob. The very next row, and I come to a 1957D wheat penny number 6. My wife just popped in and told me she is on her way to Hobby Lobby to buy a few things. I think she's going to buy me a, what do you call them? Like a cork board thing for me to pin stuff I need to get to, you know, business cards. And then, like, if I get something in the mail or something I need to attend to, I can put it up there and maybe remember it, because I'll stick something aside and forget all about it. Oh, I see another wheat penny right there. Nice. 54D. That is 7 now. And we're still in the first half. 82. Maybe I'll get my 10 this time. I think the last box, I did get 3 pounds of copper, but I only got 5 wheat pennies. This is the very next roll again, and this is wheat penny number 8. Oh, it's an older one, 1934. Wheatie number 8, that's cool. Just a little bit ago, I sold some storm windows. If y'all remember, I talked a few months ago, I guess, about having all my windows replaced. And there's a yucky one. It'll go to the melting pot. And they pulled out the storm windows and had them set around the side of the house. And then they took out the regular windows. And something was said about the storm windows, about getting ready to load them up. And I said, just leave them out there. I'll see if I can sell them. And he said, well, you should be able to. He goes, it's just a pain in the rear. He knows Facebook. Next row. Okay, here's the next row. So I took I measured the storm windows, and I made a listing on Facebook Marketplace. And I mean, I had so many people contacting me, so interested and asking me where it is. And, oh, it was crazy. And I did finally sell 82. Four of them. I had them listed for $25 each. So I made $100. Money I would not have had. And I still had, I don't know how many left. Another wee penny. Well, that's cool. Is that 8? 9? 9. Neato. 1949 Denver. Very cool. Very cool. So I went out and made sure I had everything measured, and everything that I had left was in the description. And people wrote me. I bet you I had 100 people writing me, "What do you got?" I said, "Everything that's left is in the description." And they just kept, people said they're going to come out. They never did. 83. And so finally, I told my wife, I said, "I'm so done." I marked them down to $10. Just because I thought, surely, if 100 people wrote to me at 25, surely I can get rid of them at 10. I had a whole bunch more people asking questions. And I'm like, I'm not going to answer 1,000 questions. If you're interested, come out and look at it, If I have to answer a whole bunch of questions, I'll put it back after $25. So anyway, a fellow wrote this morning, seemed really interested. Said he'd be here a little later. He had something he had to do. And he actually showed up. And he first thought he was going to buy 4 or 5. And then he bought another one. And there was only a few left. I said, "You're welcome to the rest of them if you want them for free." And he goes, "I can use all of them, but that one that he goes, I just can't use that big one, from the big living room." I said, "Take them all. I'll figure out what to do with that last one." I am now in the third row into the second half of this box. And here's Weedy number 10. We did it. Yee-hoo. Another 58D. But still, it's Wheat Penny number 10. It's been a little while since I got my 10. So anyway, the guy bought 6 from me, gave me $60. And he went on his way. He's using it to build some type of little shelter out in his woods where he does his deer hunting. He was tickled pink to get them. And I was tickled to get, because I thought when I had the windows replaced, he was just going to haul them away. And so I picked up an extra $160. Pretty cool. And the one that's still out there, the big one, will probably just break the glass. 82. And I've got some scrap metal out there so I'll add that aluminum to it and we'll haul it away later. Here is my second Canadian copper penny, the 12-sided. I also found a really nice 1959 D and another 2009 commemorative. There's my second copper penny right there. 82. I think the copper is going pretty good. You have some where you got 14 or 15, and you got some that's only got 5 or 6 or 7, but it usually works out pretty good in the end. Now the fifth row in the second half, and here's my third copper Canadian penny. Copper, 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 zinc.
A few moments later.
Seventh row into the second half of this box, and there's Weedy number 11. Keep them coming. Ooh, 100 years old today. 100 years old today. 1925 Philadelphia. Cool beans. That's nice. Wheatie number 11. That's really neat. Good solid box, you know. Good wheat pennies. I think the copper's pretty good. A few Canadian. I got a couple of really nice extra fine pennies and several 2009s. Just a good solid penny, the kind of stuff you hope to get on a regular basis, you know. Curious to see what will happen to the price of copper or whatnot if they do finally announce that the penny is indeed on its way out. I hope to hear some new news pretty soon. I'm in the 14th row, and take a look at this guy. This is a wheat penny in pretty nice condition, and it's got the thumbprint on it. Those are fascinating coins to me. Pretty cool. That's pretty nice condition there for a wheatie. Got a little bit of that something going on over here too. Looks just like a thumbprint. It's 12 Wheaties now. And we still got, I don't know, maybe almost a dozen rows to go. Just 2 rows now left in this box, and we'll be done. Here's a pretty nice looking 1959 here. Hardly any scratches at all on that guy. Look at that. Pretty nice. That's about 4 of those type coins I found in this box. Pretty cool. Oh, there's a copper too. Is that a new one? Yep, that one's not copper. It's a Canadian, not copper. There's another. That one is copper. It's a 12-sided. 1989. People come in and tell me the terrible things they've done and the great things they're going to do. You see, nobody ever brings anything small into a bar. But then they meet Harvey, and he's so much grander and bigger than anything they've brought in, and they leave impressed. The same people seldom never come back, but that's envy. There's a little envy in all of us. Well, folks, here's the very last row. Let's see if we find anything any good in the last one. I think I got a good shot at the 3 pounds of copper. I've got a dozen wheat pennies. One of them's 100 years old today. I got about 4 or 5 Canadian copper coins and a couple of super nice extra fine ones. That's overall a good box, in my opinion. 82. I see a wheat penny. There's number 13. Oh, that's another one. 14. 1945. Philadelphia there. How about that? Back-to-back wheat pennies. 53D. That's kind of rough there, ain't it? Looks like old dried soil, don't it? Oh, cracked up dried soil. Pretty neat. Well, I've wrestled with reality for 35 years, Doctor, and I'm happy to say I've finally won out over it. 82. My mom would say, Elwood. She always called me Elwood. In this world, you have to be oh so smart or oh so pleasant. Well, for years I was smart. I recommend pleasant. And you can quote me. We're almost done here, folks. Tell me if you know what movie I'm quoting. One of my favorites. Ta-da, that's it. Let me get the 82s weighed, and then we'll see if we got our 3 pounds of copper. Well, here we go, folks. I think I've got it. I certainly do. About 3 pounds and almost 3 ounces. Not bad. 14 Wheaties, one of them 100 years old. Well, I decided to go ahead and just knock out this other box with my sorter. Haven't used this for a week or two. Be kind of nice to see what I get in this box. Well, I didn't have any bent pennies or anything that held it up or dragged it this time, so I got the whole box sorted in 11 minutes. Let's go ahead and lay the copper and see how much I got. This box weighs 2 ounces. Oh, well over 3 pounds of copper. That's cool. Now I'll sort it and see if we've got any wheat pennies or anything else in there. Maybe a dime. I'm just quickly pulling some out of the box onto my mat here and flipping them over, seeing if there's anything special to look for or looking for the wheats, you know. I just read another article that came out 2 days ago. So this is after, a few days after Musk talked about eliminating the penny. New York Times Magazine put out an article in 2024, said that there was 240 billion pennies sitting, waiting to be turned in, and that would like solve the penny problem. And so there is a, how would you put this article? Said there is a possibility now of maybe rather than eliminating the penny, reducing the production. But I guess that would somewhat depend on because if we're going to keep the penny, there has to be enough pennies in circulation, because the whole point of the penny is to make exact change. And so they would need people would need to start turning in some of the pennies. And out of that 240 billion, most of them are zinc that just go into cans and drawers and anything except the cash register, because people just don't want to mess with them. I've got a call coming in. Well, that call was my bank, and they just told me they've got a bag of dimes waiting for me. So I'm excited. I'm going to go out there, and this will be my first bag of dimes for the year 2025. Hee-hee. That's exciting. So anyway, there's still so much speculation. The article talked a whole lot about other stuff, and I'll try to get a little bit more of it here in just a minute. All right. A couple of handfuls, and I haven't found a wheat penny yet. Oh, there's my first one. Good timing. What do we got there? It's a beat up 1944. I also have one Canadian so far, too. But the article talked about there's a pretty strong zinc lobbyists that are, pushing to keep the penny. Every time the removal of the penny comes up, there's just different reasons on why they don't get rid of it. And one of the reasons is the fact that the mint does produce a profit, and it's not uncommon. I know that it's federal government, but if you compare it to businesses, it's not uncommon for a business to have one segment of the business that loses money, but overall the business makes money. And that is the case with the mint, because the dime and the quarter and the $50 coins and the dollar coins all make money. So Also, if they do eliminate the penny, which they still might. Oh, look, one got through. One got through. Then that's less. Elon Musk said he estimates there's about $2 trillion in federal waste spending that can be cut. And the cutting the penny is less than 1% of that. And so they may go to the table and talk about it and say, okay, we're going to, obviously all the little areas starts adding up. That's very true. But they may look at the penny and say, let's move on to the other things and come back to the penny later. Who knows? So it may be cut out. It may be just cut in production, which I think would be a good idea. Or they may end up just doing nothing at all. I just came across a couple more Canadian, 64, 69, and a couple of wheat pennies. They're kind of rough. That one looks like a 51D. Is that a 46D? I believe that's what that says. Well, those are kind of rough there. I got a few more to go through. The Federal Reserve reported last year that over half of its... Oh, there's another Wheatie. Cool. 46S. Nice. San Francisco. That's neat. Well, that's 4 Wheaties so far. Says that over half of their shipments is pennies. And I read in the other article that said that most people just take the penny and throw it away, or throw it in a drawer, or throw it in a box, never to be seen again. Another one. All right, we're getting somewhere. Does that say? What does that say? Does that say 1919? I can't tell. I think that says 1919. Something is going on with that third number for sure. I may have to look at this one underneath my Tom Love. Anyway, 2025, they said the cost of the penny has gone up now to 3.69 cents each to produce. That is quite a bit for a penny. What do we have here? That's pretty nice there. I think I like that one. Well, okay, it is pretty rough here, you see, but it is a 1919. That's pretty neat. That's an old penny. Also, while I'm on the subject, a week or so ago, I came across this penny, and one of you guys said he thought it might be a DDO. Can you look at this and somebody comment and tell me if you think that I have something here? I'd sure appreciate it. Well, okay, folks, out of this box, I did get well over 3.5 pounds of copper. So good bulk collection there. I got 6 wheat pennies, including the really old one, 3 Canadian copper, and then that one that I think is nice enough. I'm going to save that one. Now, this is going to be the end of the video.